It's something about that dog in you. It's something about the fighter, the warrior in you that excites me. The fact that you here another day, the fact that you didn't give up another day, the fact that you said, I need help. I can beat this excites me. But I know everybody doesn't have that strength. And to the people who is trying to go at it alone, you don't have to. You don't have to face it alone. You don't have to fight against it alone. There are people like me who's willing to go through it with you. And it's simple as dialing three numbers 988. You know 911 since you were a baby. And now they gave it to you even easier 988. I don't want to hear about you. I want to hear from you. So before you make a decision that I have to live with, before you make a decision that your children, your wife, your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your grandfather, your uncles, your aunties, your friends, your mother, your father, your dog, your cat, your goldfish, your lizard, your alligator, or anything else that shows any affection towards you have to live with, make one that you can live with and get help by dialing 988. Because whether you know it or not, tomorrow needs you. So let's talk football.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Pride Nation. We back at it again, talking our Detroit Lions football. And in case you didn't know, we are now on week 2 of the preseason, which means we got joint practices, which means that we're going against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which means we got much to talk about. And the things that we got to talk about is an array of different things, from injuries to, I'm going to call it white noise out of practice, because it's background music for me, all right? But you know me, I can't do this without, shouting out who in the building with me. We got a few things to cover. I'm also going to give you an opportunity to jump in on this thing with me, and voice your opinion about some things that you may have concerns about, because why not? Why not? Everybody has concerns. I know I have concerns. You've heard me be very honest about the Lions defense and a host of other things. And, I got questions, and I feel like they're legit. I feel like they're fair. So we're going to get into it, people. I even did it earlier than usual. This time I put the link in the description already. In the chat, so we can get into it. But let's see who's in the building with me. We got my man's Looney Tune in the building. Perry Ball's in the building. That fan man is in the building. I'm going to take a shot at this. Malik Akaito. I hope I said that right. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. I botched the name. I'm sorry. The Single Dad Club is in the building. Greg is in the building. Ray Anderson is in the building. 9 Drinks is in the building. As you come in, you want to shout out, drop something in there, a middle finger, something. I don't really make a difference. Now let's talk some football. All right, people, it's week 2. And it's a lot of news that's coming out about this joint practice. Let me just tell you this right now. Hold on. I got a few more people rolling in. My man Giovanni Lyons in the building. All right. Let me just tell you about this right now. Like Ellen Iverson said, we're talking about practice, not a game. Not a game, practice. I don't care. I don't. But I got to talk about it anyway, because the reality is joint practices give you a free opportunity to see other players. It gives you a free opportunity to test your players out against other opponents. And it's a good measuring tool. But overall, I don't care. The reality is, simply put, I can care less about preseason. Wake me up, when September ends, because that's where it's gonna get fun, right? Like I know people are like, oh, you got games in September. I know, but you're still not getting a full beat on teams in the earlier part. It doesn't matter. All right. So off rip, big news out. A lot of people freaking hurt. A lot of people. Jack Campbell got hurt. Jameson Williams got hurt. Amon-Ra St. Brown got hurt. A lot of people hurt. And my attitude to it is, okay, it happens. I didn't hear any injury that was major. I know Amon-Ra had an ankle injury. I didn't hear anything that said it was major. So I'm not going to overreact to something like that. Injuries are a part of practice, and they happen. They just are what they are. J-Mo had a hamstring issue. Oh, okay. If I can wait as long as I did for a dude who had a torn ACL, I can wait on a hamstring. And he got 6 weeks to be out anyway. This is not an issue for me. Now, the reality is this going to kind of hamper him a little bit? Sure. Is this going to put the idea of injury prone in people's heads? I don't know how, but I guarantee you're going to hear some media people, some YouTubers, and fans say he's injury prone. I don't know how. It's coming. I don't agree with it, but it's definitely coming. Okay. My attitude to it is simple. Like, the only thing he's gonna do is miss opportunities and reps because he's not gonna be able to play for 6 weeks. So all this time he's spending out, I can care less. As long as he learns how to stop body catching and use his hands, I don't really care. He can be, listen, hamstring can be hurt. Sit your ass on the damn couch and have a bunch of jug machines shot at you where it's all hands. Drop bricks and catch them. I don't care what you do. Just get your hand game strong. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Crimson Shadow, who's in the building. Says, being here in Toronto. Shout out to him in Toronto. Let me see. We got my man's, I'm going to say it right, Kirkland Pratt Sr. What up, though, brother? Loving the family photo in the back, man. I love when I see people with the family pictures and stuff up there. For real, for real. Crimson Shadow said the injuries are giving me PTSD. Nah, you didn't hear anything major. Who's majorly out? Like, it was scary when you heard, oh, man, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson got carted off. That sounds scary. It's an ankle injury. Hell, I messed my ankle the other day driving. I'm still here. I'm still able to walk and run. It's okay. It is what it is. Shout out to my man Billy Venable. He says, "What up, big money? Hey, to my big money. You the big money over here, brother. Hey, get it in. We got my man Frog Crop up in here. Shout out to you. It's just not that big of a deal. We didn't get anything that says, oh, this person is lost for the season or they're lost for 8 weeks. We're dealing with minor nagging injuries. A simple fix. I'm not being funny when I say this. I don't need Amon-Ra St. Brown to play in the preseason. I don't. Amon-Ra St. Brown can be taking a shit on the toilet, and he's going to be trying to catch passes. I don't need this. I know his work ethic. I know what he's bringing to the table. I don't care. He don't need to do anything. Denzel Mims being all out. I was mad about this because it's another offensive player that we didn't need, but nobody cares. If you cut him, you don't use the draft pick, whatever. It's a waste of energy. If he makes a team, good. If he don't, I don't care. But the injuries are going to happen. Other stories that really didn't bother me were things like the offense was getting worked by the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. It's practice, right? Am I alarmed by it? Nope, not one bit. They like, oh, Jared Goff has some mishaps. Nate Stubblefield had an interception. I don't care. I don't care. The real travesty of all of this is the fact that Teddy Bridgewater is wearing number 50. That's the real tragedy. I know he's going to switch his number once people get cut. I know he said it's just preseason, so it don't matter. But 50? This is why I hate the new numbering system. 50? Come on, bro. Come on. I hate when I see linebackers with numbers like 39 and stuff. Come on, bro. That's the real travesty. You get that man 50. Out of all the numbers he can get, he just like, I don't even care. I'm happy to be here. 50. I'm good. Like, you couldn't give 50 to... I'm going to leave it alone. Nonetheless, on a serious note, I don't think it's enough for us to be warranting pressure or warranting like, oh, this right here is bad news. I heard that Calvin Ridley put on a clinic. This is what I heard. I heard he put on a clinic. He was treating our cornerbacks like they were cheap prostitutes that he picked up at a truck stop. That's what I read. Okay. I don't know how true it is, and I don't care if it is true. I'd rather it happen in practice, and I hope he continues to put them on skates. I hope he continues to put them on skates, because when they come up against it, they will already know what it is. So put them on skates. I heard that we had some good coverage skills from Brian Branch. He continues to show out. I don't think he needs to play no more. He's done enough. Don't put him in a single game. Don't put him in another game. Let him chill. I heard he did a very good job, step for step, with the tight end Ingram. That's good. I heard that for the most part, Jack Campbell before the injury was all over the field. Okay. But when you're going against other people, you know what I'm saying? When you're going against other people, that's how you get better. That's how you build up the brand. That's how you improve upon your skill sets. See, your teammate don't want to embarrass you. Your teammate sometimes don't want to overdo you because they don't want you to get hurt. These other people want spots on that other team, and they also are interviewing for a spot on your team. Maybe they see something out there. I'm more concerned with the news of who did well that's on the bubble of Jacksonville. That's what I'm on. I want to hear more talks about that. Who are these people on the bubble with Jacksonville that the Lions can use? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the stuff that we should be exploring. That's the stuff that we should be talking about. Who's on that? Right? There are people on the bubble on Jacksonville that you might get it. Hell, do y'all remember what is his dang on name? It's gonna come to me. Let me think about it. My brain's going slow. You remember the linebacker that came out that we wanted to? He's been falling lower and lower on the depth chart. Let me think of his name. Give it to me. Muse? Am I saying that right? You know what? F this. Let me look it up. Chad Muma. I'm sorry. Chad Muma. He's been falling further and further down the depth chart. What does he look like in practice is what I want to know. Is he somebody that we can take a gander on? He's the backup to, I think, like Devin Lloyd or one of them other ones. But Chad Muma might be up for grab. I want to hear stories about what he looked like. What do these other cornerbacks look like? Like the Jordan Smiths, the Caleb Hayes. What do these other people on their roster look like that we can use on the defense? When it comes to the defensive line, they got two nose tackles, Devon Hamilton, Raymond. I don't know if I do the name, but they got two D tackles, and they essentially is like, yeah, we running with that. We got a bunch of pass rushers. All right, cool. Who on their defense that we can use? Who on their offensive line who we can use as a backup offensive lineman if it need be? Who is the people we can add that may be of interest to us in terms of like other positions? That's the story I'm looking for. That's the information that I'm trying to pick up on. That's what I want to talk about. All the stuff about who's hurting it, I can care less. Shout out to my man Marcus Robertson. Shout out to Benjamin Foe. 9 drinks in the building. Zach J is in the building. I know Alexander, they said he got hurt. Don't care. Yeah, I know he got a kick return, but tell me who we can possibly steal from them that they're going to look at and might want to move on. Like, even if it means we got to trade for him, who cares? But if you're telling me that there's a way for us to get down, then get down. What up, though, D-Map Zoom? Get down. Because there's people that they looking at that they like, oh, we can get that, or we can do this. Who are those guys that you can steal from them? Who pops up out of there for you? They got people over there that everybody not making 18. Everybody's not going to do it. And if they're not going to make the team, you need to start looking at them. Now, they drafted a linebacker out of Colorado State, if I'm not mistaken. I think they drafted him. I could be wrong. Go by the name of Daquan Jackson. But I'm seeing so many people play ahead of Chad Muma. What is he doing out there? And it's funny because if you go to the Detroit Lions news, it's all about the injuries. It's all about how the offense did not look good. Everybody had a bad day on the offense. Both quarterbacks, including Jared Goff. Defense, they apparently looked so good against the offense of Jacksonville. Don't care. Who are the people that you can take, that you can steal for them? Who are they? So when I go through and I look at it, a lot of the news on Jacksonville side is like, yeah, they looking like they put a clinic on against the Detroit Lions in practice. Don't care. This is where you make mistakes at. Everything that you do that take a skill requires you to have practice. You're not going to do it perfect. The guy who can draw ultra realistic photos had to practice and made bunches of mistakes. I don't care. But when I go through and I look at the Jacksonville Jack, their official website, I look at their official website. Some of the things that they pointed out, I'm like, okay. Like, here's one of the writers. This was a productive day for the Jaguars in exactly the manner head coach Doug Peterson hoped, with the first team offense and defense of both teams getting extensive work against the other. The Jaguars offense versus the Lions first team defense in particular feature the expected chippiness that comes with an NFL player tackle and hitting in the pass. A major positive for the Jacksonville Jaguars Wednesday was that the pass rush overall appeared to fare well against Detroit Lions offensive line. With outside linebacker Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen having strong repetitions and an early 101 pass rush drill, and also both having at least two good rushes on Lions quarterback Jared Goff and a late 11-on-11 drill. Standout two inside linebacker Devin Lloyd, one-hand interception on the first play of team drills. This was the only padded workout these two joint practices against the Lions, and it felt like a positive day for the first team defense. Okay, they living their best life. They living their best. Listen, they writers are not looking at it like the way we looking at it. They talk about the injuries. They're talking about who did what, but they were looking at the individual parts of it, and I think that's cool. But out of all them stories, I heard nothing about Chad Muma, and we need a linebacker. Just saying. Just saying. All right. What up, though, Marcus Willis? Joel C. What up, though? He said, I'm work, but I got to check in. I appreciate it. Exactly. Who can we trade Julian Gore to so that we can get an upgrade at backup offensive tackle? However you want to do it. The Lions need some help at backup tackle. I'm not getting into that. This is my attitude to it. These were the people that was brought back and people ignored it. So I'm not going to act like we need to flip the thing on it. The reality is when I look at the individual matchups, it is what it is. People get hurt, no big deal. I'm not finna sit here and act like we need to reinvent the wheel because somebody got hurt. All right. But in my opinion, I'm hearing these things. Now watch tomorrow. The storylines are going to be a whole lot different. You know, it's going to be a whole lot different. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up getting a different response from the Lions. And that's cool. The stories might be the Lions bounce back and show moxie. The Lions bounce back, you know, but the reality is when looking at this game, when focusing on the upcoming game for the preseason, I'm doing the same thing I always do. We need to improve upon, you know, the things that are missing. Steve-O says, do we really need a linebacker? Anzalone, Campbell, Burns, Rodriguez are going to be solid. Yes, you do need a linebacker. You 100% need a linebacker. If you take out Anzalone, who I believe is meh, Campbell's a rookie, but I think he'll be fine. And let's say both of them come out, you got Burns and Rodriguez, you know, and they got a mobile quarterback. We got problems. I'm just being honest. And, you know, there are a lot of things that I'll always have an opinion on that's not going to be the same as people. I'm cool with that. I'm cool when you have a different opinion from me because it's good for conversational purposes. But the reality to act like we don't need a linebacker, that's cap. That's 100% cap. You know, one of the things that I recognized from the last game was our starting linebacker for that game was Derek Barnes, and he also was on the kickoff return. Just seems like strange thing. I hated that when I played football. I hated playing special teams and then having to go play defense. I hated it. I can't imagine people who love it. I just can't. He said, Luke always think we need a linebacker. But I was right. What do you mean? That's why we drafted one. What do you mean? I was right. We did need one. Dirty Glove with what up, though? He says, what up, though? I will have to catch the rest later. Just wanted to stop by and leave a like. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Trade Julian Core and Will Harris for backup tackle. To who? What tackle? Make no mistake, we re-signed Will Harris, so that's money. Julian, but to who? Not trying to be funny, but to who? They only had 2 linebackers on the field at a time. I mean, that sounds cute, but there are going to be situations where they need 3 linebackers, or they're going to have Houston out there in the 2-point standing up with somebody else. So yeah, I'm just saying. What up, Luke? Sorry I'm late to the patty party. I'm keeping it clean. Ain't nobody, I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm trying to keep it clean. But it's bigger than this. I think a lot of the stories coming out about this practice are what they're supposed to be. You report what you see, you keep it pushing. I just personally am not buying into it. I am personally not looking at it. I'm looking at evaluations. I'm looking for news that tells me this person on Jacksonville did really well. Let me see if he on a roster bump. I was looking for that same news last week with the Giants. And the game that's going to be on this Saturday, guess what? It's cool because all the people who hurt, I don't need to see them out there. I don't need to see Ada Hudson out there. I don't need to see Jameson out there. For real. I understand he's going to be out for the first 6 games, but I don't need to see him out there. I don't need to see Amara out there. Like, who the hell is hurt that you really need to see out there? There's nobody. And when you look at the practice, as it stands now, you're trying to find a way to make iron sharpen iron by creating a competition. And that's just the reality of it. But I'm not concerned. I'm not. It is the least of my worries. I'm just not concerned. Now, how do I parlay that over from looking at it from that perspective and not caring to focusing on the game? I need to see improvements in other areas. I need to see more improvements in those other running backs. There's a lot of hype and love that, in my opinion, was going towards the Minnesota running back, and I don't know where he at. Burns is going to be a backup. That's why he's playing special teams. Yeah, but that game he was playing special teams and he started it. So even if he is a backup, which I don't disagree with you on, I get it. But what happens when they come out against teams who are run heavy or got big run sets? You gonna go out there with 2 linebackers? I don't think so. And right now, Burns is ahead of Malcolm Rodriguez. And I know everybody loves Malcolm Rodriguez. Tackle is the only position they don't have any depth at. They could use another outside cornerback too. Cornerback is on my list too. Don't get it twisted. I remember all the hype that everybody had for Mosley. I'm hoping he healed up. I still ain't seen nothing from him yet because he's still hurt. So I get it. But the reality is this. The Lions themselves are trying to prepare players for this. This right here, if I'm not mistaken, after this second game, you get some cuts. I'm looking at names on here that I'm like, yeah, they probably shouldn't make this team. They probably shouldn't make the team. And as much as I would love to act like, oh, well, this is not necessarily the case. No, it is what it is. It is what it is. And ironically, the Detroit Lions are understanding this. This is why joint practices are important. It is a scouting opportunity, right? But the reality of it all is I like to hear about pacing. I like to hear about individual drills. And a lot of the stuff that I was hearing was about Brian Branch, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, what is the damn I'm drawing a blank on the Kaminsky. I heard some good things about those people. Everybody else, I didn't hear much of nothing. And to be truthful, that's probably a good thing. Remember, I'm the conductor of the Lions hype train. The Lions need to find ways to stay within the scope of themselves without exposing too much. They come out firing on all cylinders trying to win this game, and they showing I'm gonna be upset. Because Jacksonville not finna do that. Another writer, he brings it up. He says, joint practice of the Lions Wednesday featured all the competitiveness you would hope to see in this kind of situation. This was a matchup of two franchises with strong 2022 campaigns after being at the bottom of the league in 2021. I focused my time watching the Jacksonville Jaguars defense against Goff and the Lions offensive starters. I think it was a pretty even matchup with Walker, Allen, and others putting pressure and getting some would-be sacks on Goff. On the other possession, Goff seemingly had no problem carving through Jacksonville's defense. Lloyd had one of the day's best showing, finding a way to be involved in every play in which he participated in. He also had a perfectly laid out interception that he dropped and a would-be sack on Goff. I'm excited for more joint practice action Thursday. You know, one writer kind of made it seem like Lions did better. So that tells you that a lot of this stuff is coming from perspective of people's opinions. It's the emotional side of it, which brings me to my next talking point. Who in the hell should get cut from the Lions? And that first wave of cuts, who in the hell should get cut? Like, I feel bad because I'm finna do some people dirty and y'all not gonna like it. I'm serious. Y'all not gonna like it because the names I'm finna tell you who should be cut in the first wave, y'all gonna be like, there's some bull. You on some BS, Luke. I don't know why you would want to do it like this. You know, why should they be in the first wave of cuts? I'm gonna give you one that everybody wants. I'm gonna give you one that everyone know. I can't say that because I don't think Jared Goff needs to play at all these preseasons. So you got to keep him until at least the last wave of cuts, and that's Nate Stubblefield. But in terms of people that I think should be gone in the first wave of cuts, I'm gonna give you a few names. All right, just stay with me. You don't have to agree. You don't have to like it. You don't have to give two flying nickels about it. Just hear me out. Christian Covington, bye. You know, if you ever seen the movie What's Love Got to Do with It, and there was a scene where his wife did something to herself when he first got with Anime Buller, and she said, "Why is she here? Why is she here?" That's what I'm trying to. Why is he here? Why is he even here? Like, bye. It's been fun. Bye. Benito, bye. Sorry. Look, we need D tackles. Yeah, but they ain't it. Bye. I don't know. I didn't see nothing against the Giants. I know Benito was out there. I don't remember if Christian Covington was out there or not. I don't think he was, but if he was, it surely wasn't memorable. Bye. Here go one of y'all not gonna like. You just not gonna like it. And I'm not trying to be an a-hole about it. You're just not gonna like it. Iffy, bye. I mean, if they put him back at corner, sure. I don't think that's gonna happen. So safety it is. Bye. I mean, let's be honest. What's the difference between Iffy, Brady Breeze, and Savant Smith or Brandon Jones? What's the difference? I know, nothing. That's my attitude. Bye. He can go in the first wave too. Bye. Not doing it. Another name that I would put on the buy list, and you know, probably not a popular one. Probably not one that people gonna like. Maurice Alexander, bye. Yeah, you heard it. Bye. Chase Cota, bye. But he did good. I don't care. We got enough receivers to be okay. We'll be serviceable. You know, we'll be serviceable. I'm good on him. These are guys that will be gone for me. These are guys that if they want to go to Jacksonville, by all means, get there the best way you can. I'll even provide transportation. Bye. They're probably going to keep Studfield as the third quarterback. No, they won't. So, Studfield will be gone after the third preseason game. When they do all the final cuts, he'll be gone. Because you got to remember, they fought like hell to get that rule change to get that third quarterback. It'll be Hendon Hooker. So I think Studfield is gone. The whole purpose of them bringing in Teddy Bridgewater was to tell him, hey, you'll be here in this, but we can bring you in practice squad. He'll be gone. There's no way anymore. It's only one cut at the end. Nah, we're going to talk about first wave because they can start cutting people now. It's already happening. Hell, Tay Hayes played one game and got cut. It can happen. Covington made a nice play against the Giants. I think he has a good chance of making the team. Over who? Over who? I'm not being funny when I say this. Over who? Let's just look at who the starting D tackles are as it stands right now. Aleem McNeil, Isaiah Buggs. He's not getting over them. Broderick Martin, he's not getting over him. Levi Onwuzurike, he's not getting over him. And Kominski is a swing guy. He ain't getting over him. Pascal's a swing guy. He ain't getting over here. Where the hell he got spice for? Where? They go your 4 D tackles. They're not carrying 8 D tackles into the season. I don't see it. Don't see it. Julian Okora has a better chance of surviving than Christian Covington. I don't see it. Bye. Sorry, not sorry. Will Harris is going to make it. Will Harris is going to make it on this team because he can do multiple things. And for some reason, they smitten with him. I don't know what he got on him. I don't know. I don't know what kind of information he can use against them, but they're smitten by them. If he was the first pick from the Stafford trade, he can go, but that's all he got to help him. Yeah, that's it. The fullback needs to be cut. Kapinda, I like him. He was straight. I don't know, Perry. I like him. If he was one of the Brad Holmes draft picks, he's going to get more opportunity than those other names. I know he is, but I'm telling you, he can get cut. All this being married to a pick stuff, he can go. I'm just saying. Matt Nelson, bye. Matt Nelson, listen. Matt Nelson has been who Matt Nelson has always been. And at the very least, Matt Nelson was playing left tackle. So at best, they'll probably swing him over to the right tackle. But Matt Nelson, man, they like him. He come cheap. He don't fight for no new money. He ain't trying to. No, Matt Nelson is probably going to survive the cuts. Something tells me they like him. I bet you 100 they keep Sudfield. Hooker isn't going to be active. Hooker's technically active now. He's not on IR. He's on the NFL list, which means that he can't practice with the team. Well, he can practice with the team, but he can only do it when he's healthy. And they're trying to treat it like he's not healthy, which I call a cap on. He's 100% healthy. I have no doubts about it. But he's not on IR. For our cross says Kabinda by. I mean, you need a fullback. The amount of running you finna. Listen, let me tell you something. With the amount of running that they finna be doing, you need a fullback. And all the people who play the single back system and stuff like that, they have a little bit more dominant, agile line. We are more like, let's get you the hell out the way with somebody to free you up for a long run type team. It's fullbacks, man. We're not finna downplay them. What's going on, Chrome? Covington is Levy's insurance. Yeah, well, his insurance policy gonna run out. They're gonna cash in on that one because I don't think Levy gonna get hurt this preseason. So I think he's gone. Hooker can stay on NFL list. They need to activate him. Yep, that's the whole reason they wanted that rule. Funk, you're not lying. That's the reason they activated that rule. They wanted to set it up in such a way that he can do it. So I'm just saying. Matt Nelson is trash. I didn't bring him back. I didn't bring him and Sudfield back. You know, maybe a young quarterback gets cut from another team and Nate get cut. No, we not. No, we got all the quarterbacks we're gonna have. Your starter is Goff. The backup is Teddy Bridgewater. The future and other backup is Hendon Hooker. There go your quarterbacks. That's why they fought for that rule. Martinez and Stubblefield will both be let go at the end of preseason. Martinez might end up on practice squad. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I believe will happen. No doubts about it. They never use him. They do. What are you talking about? They do use him. Look, Frog Crop. They do use him. They use him. Cabinda is one of Dan Campbell's guys. He isn't getting cut. No, and he actually does things that you want a fullback to do. It's on tape. I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a contract. Now, I ain't say all that. I ain't say he need to get a contract extension, but fullback lives matter. All right. But yeah, when you look at the first wave of cuts, there's gonna be some games on here that's gonna be there. And when you look at the final 52, final 53, yeah. A lot of people gone, like Brandon Joseph, practice squad, Savant Smith, practice squad, Brady Breeze, practice squad, if not signed to another team. Stephen Gilmore is an intriguing one. Him and Khalil Dorsey. I don't think Will Harris has anything to worry about or Chase Lucas. So I'm gonna say Stephen Gilmore and Khalil Dorsey gone. Yeah. I think they carry at least 6 to 8 corners, but they're gonna let 2 of them corners rest on practice squad. Just observational wise. Safeties, you got Kirby, you got Tracy, you got Brian Branch, you got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Will Harris, who can play both. Yeah, I think it's going to be some names to let go. Linebackers, I think Pittman makes the team. Jalen Reeves maybe is making the team, obviously. But the Trevor Nowalski by practice squad. So your linebackers is basically Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, Jalen Reeves, maybe Malcolm Rodriguez, and then James Houston is going to be your pass rusher / other linebacker. Pittman gonna make the team by virtue of special teams alone. He don't crowd screen for anything. Cool. Defensive lineman that I think is gone. Chris Smith out of there. Corey Durden gone. Benito Jones, Christian Covington are gone. Leaving you with Aleem McNeil, Isaiah Buzz, Broderick Martin, Levi Onwuzurike. They go your forward with your swing guys like Kominski and Pascal Stan. And ironically, I think Julian Ocore stays. Call me crazy. But all these damn tackles we got, Max Pitcher, gone. Ryan Shaboda, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, gone. Jermaine Ifedi might survive, but Kobe sort of, yeah, they like him. They think he can play multiple positions and stuff, so I think he's safe. Graham Glasgow, safe. Alex Moulton, gone. Brad Sealy, gone. Coyote Osaka or whatever, gone. Darren Paulo, gone. Easy. I'm not going to try to play with this man's name. Gone. Connor Galvin, gone. Matt Nelson, I think, survives. Sorry. Talk to your general manager and your coach, not me. Tight ends, Daniel Ham, gone. This is going to be Laporta, Brock Wright, James Mitchell. Receivers. It's a lot of them. I think your people who are staying, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, obviously, Marvin Jones staying, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, those 5 staying. Where it started to get suspect is on people like Antoine Green. I think he ironically makes the team. I think Denzel Mims. I feel like if he just get healthy and play one game, he makes the team. But if he doesn't get into a single preseason game, he's gone. And if he doesn't get into a single preseason game to help him his case, they'll just go with Dylan Drummond. Avery Davis, gone. Chase Cota, gone. Trinity Benson, I think he gets cut too. I think they carry 7 receivers, 7 or 8. That's just my guesstimation. Running backs, I think Jahmyr Gibbs David Montgomery and Craig Reynolds are safe. I think they will find a fourth running back. I think Jamar Jefferson is gone. That's my breakdown. Sorry. I know it seems like it's not fair, but that's my breakdown. That leaves room to add people, though, right? That leaves room to open up some things for some people that you probably didn't think was going to be there. I don't think Starling Thomas makes the team for two reasons, right? It's so far down the depth chart, it's not even scary. When you think about how far he is down that depth chart, like special teams, he can probably make it, but I don't see it. I think another reason why he won't make it is because he hurt a tight end that they like and an unnecessary tackle. So I don't think he make it. You know, Zach said he think he makes it from what he hearing out of camp. I don't see it. Why do you think who do you think gets cut from receiver? Oh, I named him already. What's going on, BD Buster? If Julian comes out and plays well next game too, I think he ends up on the 53. Yep, that's just facts. What up, though, Sky Guy? If Julian keeps playing like this, he's definitely staying. I agree. I heard Nowalski has been playing good. Rising said he could make the PS 9.63 rise. He's the most athletic line. Yeah, he could be the most athletic linebacker on practice squad. He's not making this team. Not the 53-man roster, no. There's no spot for him. There's nobody he can unseat. He can't unseat Alex Anzalone. He can't unseat Jack Campbell. He can't unseat Derek Barnes. He can't unseat Malcolm Rodriguez. That's 4. If you keep it count. He can't unseat James Houston because James Houston can play the linebacker spot and he can play a rusher. He can't unseat Anthony Pittman because he plays special teams. He ain't unseating Jalen Reeves-Maybin because he plays special teams. Who was he unseating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 linebackers. They're not carrying 8 linebackers. He's not unseating nobody. He's out of here. Bust it up, lock it up, it's done. What's going on, Go Lions? Hire, fire, and promote accordingly. That's right. That's facts. I think Benny Snell sneaks in. I don't. I think they're giving Benny Snell opportunity to show that he can have that same style of importance that came from a Jamal Williams. And when he got stuffed on that goal line, it was no push, no leg movement, no nothing. Even with people helping him push, yeah, I think that was a huge sign that it's like, all right. And it ain't like he finna just break off a long run. Again, this is a guy I wanted out of college. But it's not like he finna break off a long run. So as far as I'm concerned, he's done. Ozigbo, I think, might be done too. Because like I said, they're going to find somebody in free agency to add to this running back. I just don't think it's going to be what people think it is. All right. That wasn't Sterling Thomas who hurt him. That was Dorsey. Oh, you know what? You're right. I stand corrected. You're right. My brain slips me. Down 19's in the building. What up, though, brother?
What's going on, Lou? What up, Chad?
What's going on, people? What's going on? What you got for us, man?
No, man, no. Just waiting for the season to start, man. These injuries starting to annoy me, man. But it's not just us. It's across the league.
It's every year.
Yeah, it's every year. You know, training camp, joint practice. Everybody going through something. You just gotta have that. You just gotta have that depth piece. You know.
And I didn't hear any injury that was so alarming that it was like, oh God, he's hurt. I didn't hear that. I don't know if anybody else did.
Right.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they like both of them got up on their own power, but we'll see. We'll see how long it. I'm pretty sure both of them are gonna be out for like rest of training camp. So for JMO, he gonna be gone for 6 weeks. So he gotta stay in shape, condition right, and we'll see. I don't think JMO coming back. I don't think he coming back.
He got to play though. He
Yeah,
got
I
to play,
mean,
but I don't need this. I don't need to see him, but he's got to get reps. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of time
yeah,
missed.
yeah. I don't know if they put him back out there. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna find out. What up, though, Jack?
Yeah,
Frost? What up, though, top tier? He says, "What happened at camp today? A lot of people having little nagging injuries. You know, the offense getting showed up by Jacksonville's defense, and Lions defense apparently showed up against Jacksonville offense. It's a bunch of white noise. Nobody cares. It's practice.
Yeah, everybody gonna get theirs. You know, like we supposedly won the first day against the Giants. Then the Giants come back, get us the second day. It happens. It happens.
Do you
believe practice?
Do you believe that? How many receivers you think the Lions are going to carry? In case you didn't know, I can show the receivers that the Lions are. That I can just tell you the receivers that they have. You just tell me if they cut or not. All right.
All right.
I'm around St. Brown.
He's gonna stay.
So he's safe. So we're gonna do safe or cut. All right.
All right.
He's safe.
Yeah, he's safe.
Josh Reynolds.
Safe.
Trinity Benson.
Cut.
Chase Coda.
He gotta show me. I think he practice squad. Is that what?
So you think he cut?
Practice squad is cut.
Hell yeah, that's not the 53.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he could get signed by another person as a practice squad. Cut. All right, Jameson Williams.
Safe.
Khalif Raymond.
Safe.
Maurice Alexander.
Safe. I think he's
okay.
Kick returner.
Dylan Drummond.
For now, I'm gonna say cut.
Okay. Marvin Jones.
Safe.
Denzel Mims.
He another one of those guys, just fringe. I'm gonna say safe.
Okay. Antoine Green.
Shit. He might be cut.
And Avery Davis.
Cut.
So you got them carrying 7 receivers with 1 being suspended, leaving them with a 6. Then the 6 you got them with is Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Reynolds. You got them with Khalif Raymond, Maurice Alexander, Marvin Jones, and you got Denzel Mims making it, but Antoine Green cut. All right.
Yeah, it's just a lot of
the chat finna kill you on it, but it's okay.
Which part though? Which part?
Because
it's a lot of fringe players. What'd you say?
No, I said I guarantee you the chat finna do you dirty. They gonna say something about it. But I just think they carry 7 receivers. I don't think they carry all these receivers. I just don't.
It's just a lot of fringe players like the Antoine Green, the Chase Coda, Denzel. It's just fringe. You don't know if they stand or getting cut. You know, you can't have everybody on the roster.
Okay. Perry Ball says by year 3, if J-Mo is not having impact, then we can talk about him being a bust.
I mean, you can have the discussion.
I never understand the bust talk or why I take 3 years to say this. I just don't, but I get it. My man Patty Grimes says Lions carry 6 receivers. Michael Kidd says you tripping. Admon Washington says Keith Mims is wild as fuck. Coda over Mims. I don't think Coda makes it.
I got to see more from Coda. Like this is tough. You're gonna have to cut some people, just like the defensive line. I think one of the Okora brothers gonna get cut. One of them.
Shout out to D-Town. He says let's finish year 2 first. I feel you. Zach J says I can't justify keeping Mims. He hasn't even taken a snap.
Yeah.
But he's a big body. He came dirt cheap, and they like projects.
Yeah.
But I agree. If he don't get no snaps, he's done. And I think they do cut Alexander because you got Khalif Raymond who do some kick return abilities, And you got other players on the team who do kick return abilities, whether that be if you want to say that Jamar Jefferson survives and he's a kick returner, cool. But there's other people on the defense who do kick and punt return as well. So I just don't know if I'm buying that is it. I think Alexander has to show something as a receiver. And if he does that, he's good.
Yeah.
You know?
So like who you think that the fans gonna be mad, but it's gonna be like a surprise cut to you?
A surprise cut that the fans will probably be mad at and not see coming.
Yeah.
A surprise cut that they would be mad at and not see coming. Honestly, that people will not see. I think the only surprise move you can make that fans wouldn't see come would be Will Harris because everybody expects him to still be here. But the one that I can possibly see that would be a big surprise cut that would throw everybody off would be Emmanuel Mosley.
I think people would be happy to see Will Harris cut.
I think they would too, but you said surprise. But I feel like if Emmanuel Mosley gets cut, it's like damn, because he got paid. He got a little change, not a whole lot, but he got a little change. That would be the one that would surprise everybody because they would be like, "Man, you got rid of him, but kept Will Harris." Like it's too many levels.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of those Okoro brothers. I think one of them gonna get cut. Either Romeo or Julian.
We got Julian Okoro, one from Jack Frost. I think Julian. He just need to have another good outing, and he's safe. That's all I think.
Yeah.
Jameson Williams better turn the fuck up this year or bust. Damn. Jamar Jefferson is going to get NFL pension for his year as an NFL practice player. Maybe. Jay Mabin, or he said Jay Maybe. I think that's what I'm thinking.
Jalen Reeves Maven.
I don't think they cut him. He's special teams.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think they cut him. What up, though, Mr. Marcus? I don't think they do it. There's talk iffy being cut. I told you I had him cut. I had him. I don't see anything from him from a safety position. I don't see anything from this. I think it was a mistake to make him a safety, and I think that he needs to go back to being a corner. But even at that point, I don't see anything that stands out to warrant us keeping him.
Yeah,
I just don't. And when I look at Jacksonville roster, if I, like let's say I had an eye on a few people in Jacksonville, then I'm like, let me take a look at them who I can like, bro. Like Antonio Johnson is still in Jacksonville. If he gets cut, I'll take that.
So where were you at the like when players get cut? You know how you got the waiver team? Where we at? I think Chicago got the first pick on every like cut waiver. Do we?
You know what? I need to go back and look at it because I haven't looked at it in a long time. I swear I haven't. And I know somebody's gonna say, "Well, Antonio Johnson not gonna get cut because he's a rookie. He was taken in the 5th round." Doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna hold on to him. I'm just putting it out there that there are people that you can replace him with who are younger, talented people who I would be more than okay to take if we got moved on from like iffy. That's all I'm putting out there. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, I'm late, Luke. Can you start from the beginning? Okay. Shout out to my man Dan. Can you start from the beginning? All right, let me see. BD Buzzer says, I think Marvin Jones might get cut. He's 34. That age don't mean nothing. Marvin Jones, I'm gonna tell you why I would be shocked if Marvin Jones got cut. You already know you're going to be without Jameson for the first 6 weeks. If you cut Marvin Jones, you're left with these are your receivers. You're left with cutting Marvin Jones. You're left with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Everybody's happy about that. You're left with Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, and then let's start talking about the rest. Like seriously.
Yeah. Then at that point you just gotta start relying on your tight ends.
That's what I'm saying.
If you supposedly cut Marvin.
So I'm just saying, if you cut Marvin Jones, you know you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you know you got Josh Reynolds, you know you got Khalif Raymond. That go. Who else are you putting out there?
Yeah.
Marvin Jones is safe. He's a big target, a big threat for people. He was a former Jacksonville Jaguar. He was a former Lion, then left to be Jacksonville and came back to be a Lion. Yeah, I don't see him getting cut. I don't see it. I don't see it being the case.
Yeah. You know what? We 18. I remember our draft pick on Jack Campbell. We 18. I think we 18. So
yeah, I haven't looked at it in a long time. Usually, what happens is I go to work, and when they finally release me from what I call work jail, I try to quickly get here and do a show. That's what it is. Green on practice squad. He may be, but you never know how it's gonna go. Marvin is a solid 4th or 5th receiver. He played well last year. I mean, yeah. You're putting Gibbs out there. Nah, I didn't draft him for that. You need to have. Listen, people. You need to have a threat of a running back. You need to. That's all I'm saying. You need to have that threat.
You think we carry 3 or 4 running backs?
I think we carry 4. I think we keep Craig Reynolds. I think we keep Montgomery and Gibbs, and then I think they go and find a 4th one somewhere else.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. I think they do that.
Man, I'm waiting for this season to come, man. Jesus Christ, it's boring.
I'm officially a Brad Holmes fan. Even without Emmanuel Mosley, he revamped the secondary so much Lion fans are okay with a healthy Tracy Walker not starting.
Yeah, so let me ask you, who's starting in the back end? Safety, cornerbacks.
Who I think the starting safeties are going to be?
Yeah.
Tracy Walker and Kirby Joseph.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a starting safety. I think that slot guy is going to be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Okay. And you think Branch going to come off the bench?
Branch going to come off the bench.
Okay.
If you look at it in terms of who earned a spot, who's earned their respect, who they look at as leaders and stuff like that, it's going to play out like that. And if you think about it, having those 3 veterans out there, because at that point Kirby will be a veteran, but having those 3 out there does create a dilemma. My problem is shit. You really want Branch out there some kind of way, and they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. But in terms of the starters, I think it'll end up being Tracy Walker, Kirby Joseph. Snell is the 3rd running back. Not when you can't punch it in on the goal line. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Montgomery, Gibbs, Ibrahim, I don't think so.
Ibrahim hurt right now.
He hurt.
Yeah,
He's hurt.
He hurt.
And it's gonna be so. Listen, look at how they treating running backs right now. They're treating running backs like they got leprosy, right? There's no respect for them. And he's hurt. He's not even able to show anything. Yeah, he's practice squad.
Let me tell you something. If we didn't draft a running back, the whoever need a running back, bro, there's so many options to get a running back. Like there's so many out there.
It is. I agree.
It's crazy.
I do want to hit on one more thing because I brought this up on the heavyweight show, and I asked this question about who in the NFC North poses the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions. So, chat, I need your help on this one. Who in the NFC North poses the biggest threat to the Detroit Lions? All right.
You want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So let me start off with each team, right? So Green Bay biggest strength is their defense. They got a really good defense with Jair Alexander, Preston Smith, if Rashawn Gary stay healthy. They got a nice defense. Offense, good running back tandem. Quarterback, this is his year. This is time. So, and they got good receivers, Romeo Dobbs, who I really like out of Nevada, and Christian Watson. And I think they drafted, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 tight ends, like in the same round.
Okay.
So Chicago, it's all about Justin Fields.
Shut up, my bad.
Biggest threat.
My bad. He said the biggest threats beside the refs? Yeah, I should have said that. Referees should be in the poll.
Oh boy.
My bad. I probably left the referees out. That's fair. I just put it out there as it is stand now. I want to know, based on what you are, put a stamp on it, who's the biggest threat to the Lions? Now go ahead. You saying Bears, they got Justin Fields.
Yeah, Bears, Justin Fields, running back, kind of okay. Receiver group, besides DJ Moore, it's a lot of question marks between Mooney, Claypool, and Veldis Jones. I guess he's the other one. So, and they offensive line, they upgraded a little bit, but they don't really scare me like that. Defense, they got some good defense. Yannick Ngakoue, Tremont Edmonds. What's the other linebacker they got from Philly? Shoot.
TJ Edwards.
Yeah, TJ Edwards. And they secondary is okay. But I'm still go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings is still the biggest threat.
I want to get a poll a little bit more time because I want to have people do it. And then I'm going to give you my reasoning for the team I'm going to pick. And I'm going to explain to you why it's not even close to what I believe. It's not like it's so obvious to me that it scares me at times. Like that's real talk. Dan Campbell poses the biggest threats. No bonehead decisions this year. What bonehead decisions he made? I ain't trying to be funny. What bonehead decisions did he make? I love every bit of that aggressiveness. Keep going for it on fourth downs. And I don't want to hear about he did it too much. I don't give a care. We only complain when it don't work. Nobody cares how often he do it when it's successful. I can care less. It's situational football that we can talk about. And Dan Campbell has been pretty much cool.
They probably talking about the Bills game, how his clock management was kind of bad.
I'm just putting it out there.
He had some rookie mistakes.
Listen, I'm not concerned with none of that. We got people talking about Dan Campbell. We got bigger fish to fry. Like I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here, but come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. All right, let's see. Let me see what the poll look like. I'm gonna take a gander really quick at the poll, and see what they look like. Woo. Well, they coming in quick. All right. Right now, 53% say the Vikings are the biggest threat. 33% say that the Packers are the biggest threat. And 19% say that the Bears are. As the votes keep coming in, I just want to leave it up. Here's my opinion. The biggest threat to the Detroit Lions this season is none other than the Chicago Bears. Oh, Luke, you crazy. You said we're going to sweep the division. We are. I have every confidence in the world that we will sweep the division. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We will sweep the division. I have no doubts. None.
We should have swept last year.
We should have swept them last year. I have no doubts that we will sweep the division. Here's where my problem come in at. Okay? Let's just go back and review the Detroit Lions schedule from last year. And last year has no real bearing on this current year, but last year also gives you a glimpse at some things that you have to say to yourself that this is a bunch of malarkey. Stay with me, all right, people? Would you say that the Bears team is better this year than last year, or would you say that last year's team was better than this year's team thus far? I need y'all to answer that one first, all right? It's a very logical explanation to why I got that question. And I want y'all to really look on it, all right? Would you say it's better or worse? All right? Shout out to my man Buck and them over at Man Hour. This show is brought to you by Man Hour. And then they are always out there posting out different things, especially Buck. Buck be going ham in these streets, all right? So show some love, my man over there. For Man Hour, as they are the reason I'm doing this damn thing, you know? Shout out to them. But I'm just saying, let's just talk about it. His clock management was trash and cost the team games. What's that, 1%? Defense was 10 times worse. That's a big one. All right. Bears got no O-line and defense. All right. maybe better. All right, let me just help you. Running quarterback and see more. This is what the Bears did and why they are a threat. The first time we played them, the very first time we played them, the score was 31-30. 31-30. Justin Fields threw the ball for 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, and he was sacked 3 times for 17 yards.
Yeah.
He ran the ball 13 times for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. He literally by himself accounted for 300 yards in one game and 4 touchdowns to 1 turnover in one game. But really 2 because he had a fumble too. Right? Now, they did all that. They did all that with a receiving core that only featured Darnell Mooney. Chase Claypool wasn't of no service to him. Dante Pettis was of no service to him. Byron Pringle was of no service to him. They added in DJ Moore. They already said, you know what? They really wanted to keep David Montgomery, but they still got Khalil Herbert, and then they added on to the running back room by bringing in Deontay Foreman. They added to it.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, all right, this is what we do here. All right. So when I look at the Bears, right, I like Roshan Johnson from Texas. That's 3 running backs they can get down with. And yes, you still got Claypool, who probably ain't going to do much to help him. But adding DJ Moore with Vel Jones Jr., I think it's a threat. Why? Because the quarterback can be a deadly issue for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talk about the offensive line, and yeah, there are question marks, right?
Yeah.
But Darnell Wright I thought he did very good for his first preseason game. I thought some of the other guys did okay as well. But nonetheless, they have done enough there. Now, they added Yannick Ngakoue. Don't bother me at all. It don't.
Yeah.
The interior D-line, I feel like if our guards can't beat them and work them over, what a travesty. But they have added some upgrades. They added upgrades to the linebacking core in particular to try to help with a lot of these teams that can run on them. Okay? And I think those would pay big for them. They cornerback room, you know what I mean? But it's what they pose in terms of a threat on that side of it. You go to the second week, or the second time we played them. We beat them 41-10.
Mm-hmm.
And in that game, Justin Fields was 7 of 21 for 75 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
His first drive was a touchdown.
But he ran the ball 10 times for 132 yards.
Yep.
And now you give him legitimate running backs, legitimate receiver threats. That's our biggest threat. That's a game that you got to win. It's a must-win game for us to beat them. There is no ifs, ands, and buts. You have to beat them. You have to. The amount the Bears got better isn't more than the Vikings got worse. All right, let's talk about that, right? Let's say I join you in the world of, well, yeah, the Vikings didn't get as worse. I'm going to tell you why the Vikings got worse. They got a new defensive coordinator, right? They lost their best weapon, which was their running back, Cook. I'm not afraid of Alexander Madison. Just not.
No.
Yeah, they added a receiver. That's cool. But our secondary is loaded, so it should respond well. Right? If the secondary is who we think they are, they will respond well.
Right. And that, hold on, before you go, when we play the Vikings, I hope Emmanuel Mosley is healthy enough to play. That'll be another good upgrade. I just wanted to add that in.
Hopefully. Now, granted, they did add some things to their defense, but Marcus Davenport don't scare me. He don't shake.
I like Byron Murphy.
I think we'll still be able to run the ball on this particular defense. The linebackers are Jordan Hicks, not a threat in my opinion. Brian Obsenwine, okay. But mind you, they're switching to a whole defense, a 3-4. They just talked Daniel Hunter back into it, right? I'm not phased. I believe that their defense is worse. It just significantly is. I like the Byron Murphy sign.
Yeah.
But I think their damn defense is worse. And I think we should be able to expose that.
Yeah, and they lost a good piece in Eric Kendricks. And yeah. I mean, I'm not scared of the Vikings. I'm not. And then you got the Packers.
My man D-Town Heat says the Bears are better this year, but they're not the biggest threat in my opinion. I mean, listen. Lions are the biggest threat to the Lions. No, I mean that's an easy answer. We're talking about who in the division can be a issue for us. I'm telling you that the Bears played us tough with nothing. Nothing. There was nothing that came out from them to say, oh, they did this. I'm just putting it out there. It's just the facts. I don't think he's going to be running for his life. They're going to run the ball a lot. It's going to open up a lot of stuff, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it. As much as I would want to, I don't see it. Let me see the poll real quick, and then we're going to get up out of here. Because I don't want to be in too long. All right. 50% still say the Vikings, 25% say the Bears, and 28% say the Bears, 24% say the Packers. I think, and 48% say the Vikings. It's changing. 31% say the Bears, 46% say the Vikings, 23% say the Packers. I think the Bears is the biggest threat. They have upgraded their running back room. They upgraded receivers. The upgrades that they made were things that they didn't have, and the quarterback ran for like damn near like 500 yards, 500 total yards on it. I think it's the biggest threat.
Yeah.
I think the Vikings defense is hot garbage.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think they're gonna have it. They was barely getting it in, to be honest with you. They won in a lot of close games. And and I think that they had more pieces, but no, I don't see it. I'm sorry. Let me see if I got anything else. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Do you want to give the people your final thoughts, sir? Because I do have to. I told my kids that I was gonna play this damn game with them, and I promised them I was gonna play this game, and I'm gonna make sure I be a man of my word, because I'm a man of my word when it comes to my children. So what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Everybody be patient. Stay healthy. All the Lions players stay healthy. The season right around the corner. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to turn up.
Shout out to my big homie.
Take over this division. Go ahead.
No, shout out to my big homie Jamar Moore. He says Duval, Jacksonville Jaguars fan. What up, though?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look. At the end of the day, look, I ain't gonna lie. I'm watching the game. I'm watching the game too. We can steal. I'm just. I'm being honest. Like, bro, I hope they drafted Antonio Johnson and feel like, oh, we gonna just put him on waiver wire. Yeah, put him out there. Put him on practice squad so we can go ahead and get that. That's all I'm saying. Go and do that. I'm about that life. Packers are very content with where Jordan Love is. Yeah, I mean, they can be content with that. Go play that game, Luke. Yeah, I got to. It's Pokemon again. I ain't gonna lie, I've been getting better at it, but it's just too many on to remember, bro. This little boy be doing me dirty. But you know what he don't want to play no more? Because I started practicing to get my stick skills up. I don't hear no more Street Fighter talks. That's what I don't hear. I don't hear him talking about he want that Street Fighter life. Gotta stop playing with me. All right. Yeah, but you know me, people. I don't end the show unless I end it on a positive note. I want to do my best to always spread positivity. It's enough negativity in the world. I cannot thank you enough for showing up and showing me some support and being here. And hey, I might even get that damn Jaguar fan on to talk some ball with me. You know what I'm saying? I might get him on it. We're gonna see how it all go down. I'm gonna work on it though. I'm gonna work on it. Again, today's positive quote comes from the internet because I can't find the names of these people. But this one is a simple one. They talk about you behind your back because they know that they don't want to see the blessings in their face. They talk about you behind your back because they don't want to see the blessings in their face. See, when you are doing good and you building yourself up, people can't seem to understand why you are so damn blessed. They can't seem to figure out why you are so successful, why everything just happens for you, why you just seem to be so lucky. They find every reason to downplay what was given to you because they know that what you got, they don't get it because they have not examined themselves. And I'm asking you to examine yourself. I'm asking you to look into yourself and examine yourself and do something that's different. Do something that allows you to build up your legacy. Do something that allows you to build up your empire, build up your family life, your career goals, your life in general. Do something different. It's a reason why you get these opportunities and others don't. You've done the work to put yourself in a position. The other ones were just trying to figure out if they just hover, could they get them? See, there's some people who want to be around you, not because they are a blessing to you, but because they want your blessing. And if that means that they need to just get close enough to take it from you, they will. Be cautious. Be cautious of who you put around you. Be wise in terms of who you select as friend and call friend. Because there's some people who can't help but hate how much that you just get it your way. You see, it's not your fault that it's something in your spirit that upsets the demons in theirs. It's your fault that you can't seem to take the horse to the water and make them drink. But what you can do is make sure that once you got the horse to the water, you proceed on your destination. If they want to play in it, that's on them. That's on them. But whatever you do, don't allow nobody to hover in your atmosphere because they want to steal your blessings. It's a reason why they talk behind your back. It's because they don't want to see the blessings in their face. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. And if you don't do nothing else at all, don't be no chump. Please do your research. We are out. Luke don't want that Street Fighter Alpha look. Stop playing with me any day, bro. Any day. I'm out.